Hello and welcome back to Engineering 101, and I am Dr. Carlotta A. Berry, your award-winning engineering educator, your tenured full professor here at Hillman Talk, and all of our demonstration videos are today. And then if you want to learn how to program them and the theory behind them, you come back all week. And then by next weekend, you are sharing with me your homework and taking your quizzes. So what we've done so far is a digital output, which was turning an LED on and off using an Arduino Uno. Then we did a digital input, which used buttons, and reading those buttons, we were able to change the behavior of the lights. Then we did an analog input, which meant we used a potentiometer. And as we turned it, you saw the blink rate on the LEDs change. But before I can talk to you about the last one, which is an analog output, I need to tell you a little bit about how microcontrollers or computers work. Computers and microcontrollers work on ones and zeros, on and off, on and off. So if I want to do an analog output, which is a real number between 0 and 5 volts that can take on any of those values, I have to talk about something called pulse width modulation, or PWM. So I'm going to share my screen and explain to you what's going on. Hold on. So what pulse width modulation does is it sends a series of ones and zeros really, really quickly. And based upon how fast and how many, the computer will then average those to send out a signal. And so what your device sees, whether it's an LED or a buzzer or any other device that reads analog data, is it reads some number between 0 and 5 volts. So what you'll see here is that if 5 volts is the maximum, and it's only sending out a 1 every 25% of a full cycle, then it may read that as 1 volt. Or if it's at 50%, so it's about sending out a 1 half the time, then your device reads that as 2.5 volts. Or if it's sending out ones 3/4 of the time, like in the square wave here, it'll see that as 3.75 volts. So really what's happening with pulse width modulation is the computer is sending ones and zeros still, but only for a certain time in the cycle. And so by doing that, you're able to replicate 0 to 5 volts, when really it's just a bunch of ones and zeros going out for some period along that square wave. So on the Uno, what you're going to see when I show you the demonstration is only certain pins can do pulse width modulation. And those all have a tilde beside the number. So on mine, that's going to be 11, 10, and 9, 6, 5, and 3. So I can only analog write to 6 LEDs using pulse width modulation. And what that's going to do is, instead of the LEDs being on and off, 5 volts and 0 volts, you're going to see they're going to get brighter and dimmer. The intensity is going to change based upon whether I'm doing a 25% signal, 50%, 75%, etc. All right, come back for the next video so you can see this in action, and follow my lectures this week so you can learn how to do this. Are you learning anything? Tell me in the comments. Stay fantastic.